who is going to be the first Grumpy Falls person that they meet? Well, it's been 3 months and they haven't met any of us yet. The generosity and the authentic welcome we've received has humbled all of us. I speak for my entire team when I say thank you. We are up to the challenge to build sustainable relationships with you here in McMinnville, and we hope you love our beautiful spaces where you can dream big in. I have some thank yous, and I won't be long. First of all, to the museum, what a wonderful partnership we are beginning to grow. Terry Haig, that keeps me on track every week, what I'm doing wrong. The wonderful volunteers, I love you all. It's such a joy and pleasure to get to know you and your stories. You are such a joy to work with, and thank you so much for making us so welcome. To the chamber, wow, what a chamber we have down here in McMinnville. Vibrant, passionate, and Joy and your team, I love you. Thank you so much. Jodie Christensen, I don't know where she is, but I love her, and Heather, thank you so much. You have been such a joy to work with, and I love you both very much too. Thank you so much. I want to say a huge thank you to our vendors today. Without you, none of this would have been possible. We are so proud to have an open vendor policy, which means that you can bring whoever you want here to celebrate and make big memories. Thank you, vendors, for making this day special for us. And the incredible Missy Gregg, where is she? Our event coordinator. Thank you for your passion and your commitment. You just are a big part of my heart. And if you need an event, go see her. She's amazing. Thank you so much. And of course, my team. All these people here in these beautiful blue shirts, I couldn't do it without them. I'm so proud of my team. I'd like to introduce you to them right now. Dan Barton, Director of Sales. Taylor McLean, my sales manager. Ms. Carla Dura, sales coordinator. My ops team, Zach Down, Dell Smith, and the fabulous event staff. I think we've got some of them here. I've got Amy, Abby, Taylor, John, Clarissa, Noah, and Dan. We might be a small team, but we have a mighty big heart, and we are dreaming big. Being able to share our dream and the special moments here with you is a privilege. Here at the Falls, we do not take that lightly. And on behalf of myself and the team, I look forward to creating memories with our guests, who then become our friends, and then become our raving fans. From my heart to yours, thank you, McMinnville, and everyone who has taken the time to come out and celebrate with us today. Thank you.
Well, this is a wonderful crowd. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Neil Bergstrom. I work in the corporate office of the Falls Event Center in Salt Lake City. I can't see all of your faces, but I'm going to assume that we're among friends here. I'm a private person, but I have a public confession to make. 8 months ago, I had never heard of McMinnville, Oregon. See, you either think you. I am among friends. Oh, that's funny. He said, where's Salt Lake? That's funny. Well, I'll tell you now, 8 months later, I can't imagine my life without knowing McMinnville, Oregon. You have welcomed us and embraced us and made us a part of your community, and a part of everything you do. One of my very first experiences coming here was with the Band of Brothers group. And Sam Ramirez, I don't know where Sam is. There's Sam. Sam and Nicole, by the way, Sam and Nicole Ramirez, Steve's Hotel, have been managing the water park and doing a wonderful job. We appreciate them so much. But Sam and I and Steve were invited to come up and talk to the Band of Brothers group. And Sam did a wonderful job and was telling stories and relating, and asked me if I wanted to take a minute and say something. And I looked at this group, this Band of Brothers, and thought about my family, uncles and my father who served in the military and had incredible experiences there. And I stood up, and I'm not someone who's normally at a loss for words, and I choked up. I couldn't do it. I said, Sam, we're okay. Go ahead. I couldn't do it. That was my first experience, and it's gotten better and better since then. So we thank you. We thank you for the warm welcome. We thank you for welcoming our team and the wonderful opportunities we have to bring more people to experience this wonderful community, this wonderful museum, this wonderful place of the world that now has a place in my heart. We thank you for that. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to introduce to you the Mayor of McMinnville, the Honorable Scott Hill.
Neil, I let you know that you are among friends, okay? I just want to take a look. It's quite a sight to be up here on the podium and looking out at all of our friends and neighbors, associates and partners. This has brought together all areas of McMinnville as we talk about opportunities. One thing that I personally feel is that this complex is one that was born out of love for aviation, that had vision, and then we went through a period, we didn't know what was going to happen. And I can tell you that many citizens had passion because they wanted to continue the good things that were going to happen out at Evergreen. And today we have partners that have the same vision that you, I, all of our partners have. They're looking forward to growing and making this a destination point where we can bring education, a love for aviation, and bring the family along and have a good time. And I think that's really important. And those are our values here in McMinnville. And so, as we've had an opportunity as a city to work with the Falls Event Center, we truly feel their passion and their desire to do the right thing. And their commitment to this community, their dollars that are going to be coming down the road even more as they develop this campus into something that each and every one of us are going to be excited to be a part of. And so, again, as I look out in the crowd, we've got volunteers, we've got partners from every aspect of our community partners, and we have city and county officials here. I just tip my hat. Steve, thank you for the vision, the commitment that you've put into this community, and we will be a partnership that we're going to see things happen and grow together. So on behalf of the city of McMinnville, welcome. Thank you, the citizens of McMinnville, for coming out. Thanks.
It's now my pleasure to introduce to you the founder and CEO of the Falls Event Center, Steve Down.
Wow. What an honor and privilege to be here. Thank you for taking time out of your busy lives to join us. I'd like to take a moment and just acknowledge a few that some of the dignitaries from this area. John Rasmussen, you're out there someplace. Let's give John a big hand. Chair of the board of the museum. And remember, John, it wasn't that long ago that the small town boy from Klamath Falls, Oregon, was pitching you on a partnership that I believe that would be, enduring and would be truly mutually beneficial. And so thank you for that open mind and open heart and your entire board. Let's give the board of directors who volunteer their time, their days of their lives, for serving on the board of directors. There are 13 of them, and several of them represented here today. I'd like to also acknowledge the county commissioners. We have 3 of them with us today. Stan Primozic, you're right there. Thank you. As well as Rick Olson. All right. Thanks for being here, Rick. And also Mary Stevens, a well-known face television days. And I'd also like to acknowledge 3 of the board members that are here, Ben Berry, as well as Malcolm, and also Tim Wahlberg. Would you please give them a big hand? Tim Wahlberg, by the way, was CEO, chairman of Evergreen. He worked for Dell Smith for 43 years, and I'm sure you know him, and it's an honor and privilege for me to know him as well. And of course, I'd like to at least acknowledge Lee. Lee, are you still with us? And Lee, I will be forever grateful for your dedication and hard work and putting this together and bringing in a world-class team to serve members of this great community. I'd like to just turn the time over to my dear wife, Colleen, for a moment. A boy from Klamath Falls marries a big city girl. And by the way, I think I was 12 years old before I found out that Klamath Falls wasn't the capital of the state of Oregon. I thought that would get a laugh. And anyway, tremendous support. She enjoyed the 48 days of being on days. By the way, I'd be very to say a couple of things about Colleen, but before I do, to acknowledge the docents who, what an honor to know these folks. And thank you for donating your lives, precious days of your lives to serving us at these museums. And of course, Scott Hill, our mayor, has been acknowledged, as well as Neil Bergstrom from our home office. And if I've missed anyone, I apologize. I lastly would like to acknowledge my private equity partners, many of whom have driven a great distance to be here today out of support. As far as from Chicago, thanks, Maddie, for being here. These are people who have invested, no small part of their lives from their pension funds to support this museum and to support the Falls Event Center in these acquisitions. Thank you to my partners and friends. Very good. So, if you speak, or hear Colleen speak, you'll see that I am the world's greatest salesman. I got this beautiful girl to marry me. I think, how many years ago, honey? 37. I better get this right. 37 years ago. And so I'd like Colleen to take a minute. Thank you.
I promise not to take more than a minute because, boy, we have so much good food around here. So I hope everyone understands we have food up here, we have food out in the lodge, we have great vendors. It's been such an honor to get to meet each one of you and to have you participate and celebrate with us today. And I just, I want to thank everyone that's come out today for this celebration. Last summer, Steve spent 48 days here getting things together, and I know that because every time I do laundry, we have 48 new undershirts. I guess you never realized you could do laundry in McMinnville. But what a wonderful dream this has been for us and for our team in Salt Lake City. I always say my boys. I sent my boys out here because these are so many of the boys that I had when I was a Cub Scout leader back when they were in 3rd grade. And they've all grown up to be amazing construction people. They came out here in their trailers with their tools. They worked so hard. People like Terry has been such a mentor for them and helped them as they worked on this project. And so I want to thank them because they've been living here on the ground, showering at the water park, and doing an amazing turnaround for us as we've worked to kind of bring our fall style here. But the thing that's the most important to me, because I'll say it again, they're my boys. I was their Cub Scout leader, and if you ever have to send your boys somewhere so that they can learn how to build dreams, that they can learn to honor freedom, I mean, is this just a dream place to send them? And I feel so honored that my boys were able to come here and be mentored by you, to be able to learn from you, to be able to experience this wonderful energy that comes with Evergreen. And I feel honored and I feel humbled and just so happy to be here. McMinnville, what a wonderful place. And I never drive around here now without looking for a little for sale sign. Some of these beautiful homes. So we're happy to call this our second home now and honored to be here. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. Hand it to me. I was a good salesman, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I would feel very ungrateful if I didn't take a moment to acknowledge and recognize the great men and women who've made this all possible. We had the honor and privilege of purchasing the Michael King Smith Foundation. And I think it's appropriate to begin with Michael King Smith because Michael King Smith, he died at age 29. I have 4 sons, and I can't even imagine the loss that Dell Smith felt. And I can in a small way, but Dell Smith, I think he dealt with his grief in part by fulfilling the dream of his son, Michael King Smith. And Michael King Smith shall never be forgotten. He died at age 29. He was a lead pilot, squadron leader for the Oregon National Guard. Flew an F-15. And I believe that might be his aircraft which bears his name. And I believe that he also represents the men and women in uniform that these museums honor and provide a remembrance of their sacrifices, with sacrificing their very lives and years of their lives and their emotional lives. I mean, what a supreme sacrifice. And so I know that you'll agree that it would be appropriate for us to give Michael King Smith and those whom we honor, let's give them a moment of silence. Thank you. My core value is freedom, and I don't take freedom for granted. I love capitalism. When we lose capitalism, we lose our freedom. And these men and women have fought to preserve those basic freedoms. And I'm a recipient, I'm a beneficiary of their sacrifices. And I will always honor them with these museums. And I believe the best way that I can honor them is to do everything in my, within my influence and power to preserve these great museums. I'd like to take a minute to also honor Dell Smith. Dell Smith he had a controversial career. But I read his book, and I honor Dell Smith. I think the words of Theodore Roosevelt are best fitting for Dell Smith. These are words that I committed to memory many years ago, and I think of Dell Smith as I recite these words. Roosevelt once said, "Far better it is to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs, though checkered by failure, than to take rank with those poor spirits who neither enjoy much nor suffer much, because they live in that great twilight that knows not victory nor defeat." I think those words were written for Dell Smith, a man of controversy, but I'm the recipient of his vision and his sacrifices. He was a man of vision. Every person in this community can give him that. The words behind me, he obviously loved, he was a fan of Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And he exemplifies those words. I'm reminded of the words of the German philosopher who once said, "Dream no small dreams, for small dreams have no power to move the hearts of men." And many men and women that have gathered today, they were people who followed the dream of Dell Smith. I know, Tim, you're one of them. You're the chairman of the board, CEO of his company. Though checkered by failure. What an amazing dream. And I would like you to consider this, the Falls Event Center, to be a continuation of Dell Smith's legacy and dream. We don't build buildings. Zach, what do we build? We build dreams. We build dreams for the communities we serve. I can't wait to be to my first wedding or quinceanera or corporate event, and as we build memories and as we build dreams for the people that we serve. We're building dreams also for our associates, our team members. Maybe this should be ever blue instead of evergreen. But building dreams for their families through our team members, through stock options, our investors through private equity, and yes, even America, because we are the recipients of this great freedom, the freedoms we enjoy, and the best way that I can honor that freedom is by putting people to work, providing jobs in a great environment. I envy these men and women in blue because they're around these aircraft every day, and they're able to honor men and women in uniform every working day of their lives. What's better than that? I'd like to end by simply stating with my vision, my hopes, my dream for Evergreen. That sounds like a poem. Susan, write that down. I think I have a poem going there. It already rhymes. What is my vision and dream for the Evergreen campus? Well, those of you who have heard me before, you know the vision and dream. The #1 destination in the state of Oregon. That's it. The #1 destination. And of course, we need to fulfill the vision and dream of Dell Smith with a 4-star hotel. How soon will it be built? As soon as we can build it. I can promise you, just as soon as we can. 4-star hotel. We hope to enter into a partnership with a nonprofit with some acreage, and we're already discussing it. Acreage for some ballparks, soccer and baseball fields to add to the community. Perhaps an upscale RV campground, and many other things. We're open to ideas. We simply want to make this the #1 destination in the state of Oregon. Oregon doesn't have a Disneyland, has Crater Lake, has Klamath Falls. And if you wonder where the falls is, I'll have to take you to my folks' house. There's a little waterfall on their patio, the falls in Klamath Falls. But we don't have a Knott's Berry Farm here in Oregon. And by the way, I can proudly say I am an Oregonian. We don't have a Disneyland or an Osprey Farm, but we do have Evergreen. And as soon as we build a hotel, you will see a billboard that will say the new #1 destination in the state of Oregon. What an honor and privilege it is, what an honor and privilege it is for me to be a part of this. Thank you, John Rasmussen. Thank you, Board of Directors, for making it possible. Thank you for those who have supported this partnership. It's an honor and a privilege, and we will always recognize it as a sacred honor and privilege. Thanks for everyone being here, and looking forward to getting to know each one of you.